is one of the most magical times to visit the Northeast, and what better way to travel through the Northeast than in an RV? In today's video, I'm going to share 4 amazing RV destinations in the Northeast to travel to during fall. From iconic national parks to charming towns steeped in history, get ready to get inspired for your next autumn adventure. Before we dive into these destinations, I want to talk about 2 very important points. First, there is not much boondocking up in the Northeast. So traveling up in the Northeast can get expensive, especially if you're only staying in private campgrounds. If you're looking to save money, my 2 tips would be to stay at state parks or at Harvest Host locations. But be aware that most state parks and Harvest Host locations do not offer full hookups. You'll need to make sure that you have enough of your own power and can pack in and pack out. If you have solar, remember that this is the time of year that the sun is not as high in the sky for as long as summer. So be prepared with a backup power source. The second thing to be aware of is closing dates, not just for the campgrounds, but for the activities in and around these destinations. Many campgrounds in the Northeast can close as early as late September, but most stay open about early to mid-October. And in places like Acadia National Park, the shuttle stops running in early October, and many local restaurants close for the season around that same time. Now that we've covered those points, let's get into those destinations. At the top of my list is Acadia National Park. Acadia offers an amazing blend of scenic drives and accessible activities to thrilling hikes. My can't miss list includes the following: getting popovers at Jordan Pond House, hiking the Beehive Trail, visiting Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse, and watching the sunrise from Cadillac Mountain. I have an in-depth video about my visit to Acadia that includes tips to the Beehive hike, parking at Jordan Pond House, and more that you can watch by clicking the card above. There are campgrounds all around Acadia, but if you want to stay in an official park campground, just know that your rig has to be under 19 feet. My rig is 25 feet in total, so I could not stay in an official park campground. Instead, I stayed at a private campground right outside the park called Hadley's Point. Next on the list is the White Mountains of New Hampshire. The White Mountains of New Hampshire are a picturesque and rugged mountain range known for their stunning natural beauty and outdoor recreation opportunities. One of the most iconic attractions within the White Mountains is the Kankamongus Highway. This scenic byway is renowned for its breathtaking fall foliage. The highway stretches for about 34 miles through the heart of the White Mountains, connecting the towns of Lincoln and Conway. I spent the most perfect weekend in the White Mountains that you can watch by clicking the card above. Along the highway, you'll find opportunities for hiking, picnicking, and photography, allowing you to immerse yourself in the region's natural beauty. I only spent 1 weekend there, but I highly recommend giving this area more time. There are scenic trains you can take, you can ride up Mount Washington in a cog railway, or if you're brave enough, you can drive your car up Mount Washington. It's a big feat, but you'll see a lot of cars out east proudly wearing this bumper sticker that says, "This car climbed Mount Washington." There are campgrounds all over this section of the White Mountains. There are private campgrounds in both Lincoln and Conway, but there are also state parks right along the highway that put you right in the middle of the action. Overall, the White Mountains and the Kankamongus Highway provide an unforgettable experience for leaf peepers, photographers, and anyone seeking a scenic drive through a landscape that epitomizes the beauty of the New England region. If you're looking for the ultimate fall getaway that's straight out of a postcard, look no further than the charming state of Vermont. Unlike Acadia and the White Mountains, I'm not telling you a specific spot you need to prioritize visiting in Vermont. Instead, I am telling you that you need to visit the entire state. Spend as much time as possible roaming the entire state and exploring all the towns and villages. Everywhere in this state is charming. From the iconic town of Stowe, with covered bridges, cozy cafes, and stunning mountain views, to the town of Waterbury, which is home to the famous Ben & Jerry's factory, to Woodstock, a town that oozes New England charm. And if there's not a campground available in the city that you really want to visit, do not worry at all, because nothing in Vermont is very far away. 2 of my favorite things to do in Vermont: was looking up at general stores in the areas that I was passing through and getting food from there. These general stores had the most delicious food. Second, pick 1 or 2 ski resorts and spend an afternoon going up and down the gondolas. The trees on the mountains in Vermont turn first, and seeing them from a gondola or ski lift is a sight to behold. Last on my list is the ultimate Halloween destination, Salem, Massachusetts. If you're a Hocus Pocus fan or a big Halloween person, Salem is an absolute must. Yes, the center of town and the museums can be a little touristy, but seeing the sights from Hocus Pocus and being in one of the most popular Halloween towns is something you have to do at least once in your life. Staying in Salem also offers a great way to get to Boston easily via commuter train. There are no campgrounds in or around Boston, so this is a great way to check off 2 great cities in one trip. There is one single campground in the city of Salem, and that is Winter Island Park. The campground sits right on the water and is basically an old beach parking lot that they converted into a campground. So it's not the fanciest accommodations, but you are close to downtown and the center of all the action to make it well worth it. My favorite thing to do in Salem that wasn't Halloween themed was just walking around and viewing all the old houses. If the house is really old, which is most of the houses in the center of town, there would be a plaque on the house designating when it was built, who it was built for, and who it was built by. Some of these houses were built in the 16 and 1700s, which blows my mind. And there you have it, 4 incredible RV fall destinations. Whether you're chasing the vibrant hues of fall foliage in the serene landscape of Acadia National Park, embracing the White Mountains' majestic beauty in New Hampshire, indulging in the charming towns and scenic drives of Vermont, or delving into the enchanting history of Salem, Massachusetts, each of these destinations offer a unique and unforgettable experience. So pack your sweaters, your sense of adventure, and your camera as you hit the road. If you enjoyed this video and found inspiration for your own fall escapades, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your fellow travel enthusiasts, and subscribe for more RV tips, travels, and inspiration. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.